Luisa, feel free to start your screen sharing anytime you want.
Okay. Whoops.
Kann ich schon machen.
Vielleicht kann sie anfangen, also sieht das nicht gut.
Okay. Yeah, I cannot start until Attila stopped sharing.
Yeah, I stopped it. Try now.
Okay. I can see myself twice now. That's nice.
Yeah, isn't it?
Okay. Oh. Wait. Okay, I'll be back in 1 second. That doesn't really work right now.
Yeah, welcome.
Okay. Let's do it like this. Please just let me know when I'm allowed to start.
We'll start at 11, so
Okay.
3 more minutes.
Okay, so I'll just wait until then.
Great, thank you very much, Luisa.
Thanks for the intro. No.
Attila, online und remote sind wir bereit. Wir warten jetzt einfach auf euren Startschuss. Starting the session recording now.
So I might start.
Just hold on a second. Attila will tell you.
Okay.
Na, Entschuldige. Das Problem bei den 10 ist meistens aber, dass PHP eine Versionsabhängigkeit ist eine andere als 109. Wenn der Host oder halt keinen 7.4 PHP 7.4 kann, also 7.2 unterstützt wird noch das 10.
So, before we start with our keynote session, allow me to Luisa and the information for you.
Aber es gibt noch andere Sachen, da weiß ich schon, wenn ich die 10 von 10 hier muss, dann steht mein
Okay.
Luisa, ready to go? Then step ahead.
I just didn't want to slide into anyone while he's talking, because Attila sure looks like he's still talking. Okay. Can you hear me, Attila? Yes? No? Okay, you can hear me? Great. Okay, well, I guess I'll start with welcome and good morning to TYPO3 Camp Vienna. I am really excited to be here, and I'm going to be talking about TYPO3 in 2020 and 2021. And I was thinking about what I would like to talk about for quite a long time, and I thought I might just talk about a topic that influences all of us. So my topic is contribution in times of a global pandemic. So for those of you who don't know me, my name's Luisa. I am the marketing team lead for the TYPO3 Association. And yeah, let's just go. Well, I guess I need to click the right one. Okay. So I divided my presentation into 3 parts. I'm going to talk about the topic of TYPO3 goes global, but how do we do it? TYPO3 marketing in this year and next year, and how we're going to tackle new tasks. And lastly, a topic that came up quite a bit. It's what to do and how to contribute if you're not a developer. So I'm going to talk about non-code contribution at the end of my presentation. So let's start with something a little bit more deep. This year definitely changed all of our lives, and it will have a lasting impact on each and every one of us forever. I guess I don't have to tell anyone what's happening right now. This pandemic changed life as we knew it, and it's going to have effects on the long run on each and every one of us. Social distancing, isolation, masking, and home office are just a couple of things that all of us needed to adapt to. And I can only speak for myself, but for me in the beginning, things were really tough. I'm someone who really loves social interaction. I love meeting people, I love big events. And breaking news, all of these things aren't happening anymore. So, but after almost half a year of living during a pandemic, things aren't looking as grim anymore as they did in the beginning, aren't they? Well, it's really sad to see everything that has been canceled this year, and I'm only going to list a few, obviously. The TYPO3 developer days, certification, several TYPO3 camps, the TYPO3 partner booth at DMXCO, and the TYPO3 camp East Europe. Let's take a quick look at everything that this pandemic enabled us to do instead. We have online events now. It all started with the Tech Summer by .de and B13. We have the TYPO3 camp in Munich coming up. We had the TYPO3 online community event, which was a joint effort from TYPO3 camps Rhein-Ruhr, Berlin, and Munich. We obviously have the split event, which is on-site and off-site, the TYPO3 camp Vienna right now. And we have the TYPO3 university days. And also we have a lot of online sprints going on. So what else? We have online certifications and online recertifications right now. We had the massive recertification event in July this year, which was a placeholder or an extension for the TYPO3 certification, which didn't happen. And it actually enabled all certification holders to still renew and extend their certifications completely online. And additionally, the TYPO3 adjudication team, in collaboration with the TYPO3 GmbH, enabled community members everywhere to now be able to take their certifications online. So that's a nice plus as well. But now onto the actual topics. TYPO3 goes global. But how? As mentioned before, by enabling contribution through several different online opportunities. By moving on-site meetings, sprints, and camps to online opportunities, we don't just open up people all over Germany to join us, but actually internationally. And that opens doors which we couldn't open before. People from all over the world can join us now, and not only join us, but also give us really valuable insights into things we might have never thought about before. For example, we just had a marketing sprint in the beginning of this week, and I need to tell you something really cool. During this marketing sprint, we had attendees from North America, from Canada, and even from Egypt. How cool is that? That certainly wouldn't have happened if it wouldn't be for the current situation right now. And concerning the insights, we had a guy from Egypt, his name is Islam, and he actually joined the TYPO3 community for the first time during our marketing sprint. He gave us insights into the North American market, which we never got before, and honestly, he told us some things none of us had ever considered. In North Africa, sorry, people don't, or agencies don't care about hiring agencies because it's too expensive. They'd rather hire single or like two developers to do the projects in-house just because it's a lot cheaper than hiring an agency. And Islam actually got into TYPO3 or thought about even joining TYPO3 because he had a German customer when agencies in North Africa are hiring developers, they don't care about which CMS they use or which one they suggest. They just go with whatever they tell them to use. So when he got in contact with a German customer, he just got into TYPO3 because she told him, like, why didn't you propose to use TYPO3? And I think that's a really cool thing that he got in touch because of a German guy in Egypt. But how else? You might have also already heard about the TYPO3 mentorship program, which actually got into place 5 years ago, but it took 5 years to actually get started. And in August of this year, Daniel published an article on TYPO3.org about the finally happening TYPO3 mentorship program. And we already have several participants from Latin America, North and South Africa confirmed. You might ask, what is the TYPO3 mentorship program? I linked it in my presentation. I'm gonna upload this to Speaker Deck later on anyway, so you can click there. Basically, it's a guided path for people all over the world into the TYPO3 ecosystem and the community. I am pretty sure that Matthias Bold-Lesniak is going to talk about that later on, so I'm just going to keep it like that, but this is also a really cool way into getting into new places of the world. But now onto my topic as the marketing team lead. I would like to talk about marketing in 2020 and 2021. So during this rocky year, what did we achieve this year? During my quick talk at Tech Summer in the beginning of this, or in the middle of this year, I mentioned that we as the marketing team are making the conscious effort to make our efforts more measurable or measurable at all. Because to be honest, if we don't base our efforts on anything, we cannot really say we did achieve anything. So how did we do that? We created facts over fiction. We did a competitor analysis and really focused on the marketing strengths and weaknesses of our competitors on this market. Based on that, we started to create battle cards to actually enable decision makers to compare TYPO3 to other CMSs on a factual level. We did an organic keyword and search volume research to find out what people are even actually looking for when looking for TYPO3, like in what context are they looking for it. And we started working on a Google Analytics dashboard for TYPO3.org to actually get fact-based user data. For example, what content are people looking for the most on there? How could we improve it? Where do they stay the longest? And how did they even get there in the first place? And for that, we even got a complete measurement plan in place based on the basic phases of the typical customer journey. What else? We collected feedback because feedback is the single most important thing which can help us do better or do our jobs better. We created and strategically send out sales and post-sales surveys in several languages to collect feedback from both users and decision makers to ask them what they might be missing, what they might need, and how we can help them sell TYPO3 better, but also how to make TYPO3 as a product better. And additionally, I'm proud to say that we grew our marketing team and we now have a permanent North American member. So what's to come in 2021? We want to combine efforts, like our efforts, with other teams and initiatives more, because to be honest, we all have the same goal. And if we all are working towards the same goal anyways, why shouldn't we streamline our efforts? We want to work a lot closer with not just teams, but also initiatives. And for example, I listed the TYPO3 metrics team initiative and the TYPO3 core team. For example, Eki actually joined us from the TYPO3 metrics initiative in our marketing sprint on Tuesday and Wednesday. And the initiative will actually help us get actual data and metrics concerning the usage of TYPO3 so that we can base our marketing strategies on those. And obviously the TYPO3 core team, we're in close contact with Benny because he's pretty much the one who's deciding where TYPO3 is going in the big picture. And after the, let's call it, small fail concerning the release communication for version 10, we decided it would be best to sit down right away before the release of the first version of version 11 and actually streamline where the product is going and which marketing resources we need in order to help push this new version to completely new levels. And the last point, as I said, we have a team member from North America right now. And instead of wildly trying to globalize marketing efforts, we're going to focus on North America in 2021 and trying to build local communities there and trying to get grasp foot into that market, because we have someone on board who's actually involved there, who has been using TYPO3 for several years and who can actually help us and who's also motivated to help us reach that market. So yeah. Additionally, something we found out from talking about with people from so many different countries and regions, we need localized general information about TYPO3. And by that, I mean, we want to set up region-specific landing pages to enable people to find information about TYPO3. I'm not talking about a complete translation of typo3.org because this would be too big of a task to tackle. And we just need smaller, graspable information to just represent TYPO3 in every kind of community and every kind of region. So it's going to have general information about what is TYPO3, how can you get in touch with us, and also some region-specific fitting case studies to help, for example, people in India who are interested in TYPO3 actually see what has already been done in Hindi with TYPO3. And that already brings me to the last point of my presentation. We heard a lot that people don't really know how they could contribute if they're not a developer. But I just listed 3 ways how you can actually contribute if you're not a developer like myself. So here are 3 ways to contribute to TYPO3 without code. The first one, and honestly, that's the biggest part, and we would really encourage all of you to do that, spread the word. Blog about TYPO3, speak about it, write about it, tweet about it. And if you can sing, please feel free to sing about it. Compared to other CMSs, TYPO3 is a pretty small community, or at least that's how we're suspected from the outside. Make some noise for TYPO3 and help people learn about it. Because if there's just like 5 people tweeting about it all day, that's not really going to help anyone. So even if you're not a techie, please blog about your experiences, about how you overcame certain issues with TYPO3 or what cool things you've already done with TYPO3. Tweet about what you're doing and help us broaden our social media presence. And yeah, pretty much just help us get the word about TYPO3 out. The second point, or the second way you can contribute, is to join non-technical focused sprints. We are going to hold an open sprint in Q4 of this year, which is going to focus solely on improving the onboarding experience. And that goes for decision makers and for people interested in joining the TYPO3 community, because we saw that there are quite high entry level boundaries, which we just want to cut down. Additionally, you could help us create marketing resources or content-based publications. And the third way, as I said before, please provide feedback and let us know how we could help you sell or use TYPO3 better. That's the most valuable thing you can give us, because we are all in our small little bubble. And if you don't tell us what you need, we certainly cannot read minds. So please just do that. We have some surveys up there. I'm going to link them at the end of this. So yeah, if you have any questions, please feel free to just ask anyone, obviously. And I would like to end this presentation on a motivational note, even though I'm a bit, I thought I would take longer, but okay. Instead of whining about everything we cannot do this year, please just focus on everything we can do instead. And obviously, please always remember to wear a mask. And since I know my mom's listening, hi mom. Thanks for listening. Thanks for giving me the opportunity to actually speak here today. I had a lot of fun preparing this. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask them. Please keep up the great work and keep up the great spirit. And I hope you all have a nice day at TYPO3 Camp Vienna.
Thank you very much, Luisa. If you're online and you have questions, just step ahead, unmute your mic and ask your questions. If there are questions from Vienna, Attila, please forward them to us. You should unmute yourself as well, Attila.
To the marketing team. Okay, so everything is fine here in Vienna. We have no questions.
Perfect. Thank you very much again, Luisa. We will stop the streaming now once more, and we will continue streaming just about 11:45. And the next session here is with Eckhard Gümbel about TYPO3 metrics. Join us here on Zoom. You'll find everything on the website of the TYPO3 camp. And we will stop streaming and recording here and go in chit-chat mode. Thank you, and hi and bye to Vienna. See you later, guys.